Izzy has unfortunately collapsed at the floor of the airport and we're currently waiting for a minute to arrive. I just want to make it known the only reason that Izzy's sitting on her bag is because she's got about 10 bags of coffee in there.
We've got enough coffee to last us for the next 6 months because real coffee is very expensive in the UK. We're going to be fancy. We're going to be the only people with real coffee.
Bit cold. Frio. This morning we've made it to Bogota Airport and today is finally the day that we're flying home.
It's so weird to think that we're going to be in England for more than like a week.
Yeah.
But the route we've got to do isn't very straightforward. We've got 3 flights and 2 long layovers. Luckily, we enjoy flying.
I don't know why, but I just knew that was going to happen. Why do I always get hit in the face every time?
This is a long queue. We're not even inside the barrier yet and our flight leaves in 2 hours. This better not be the first time we ever miss a flight. At over an hour, that was officially the longest we've ever had to queue to check our bags in. But we're finally through and now we have 10 minutes to get through security and find our gate before our flight starts boarding.
This is the queue for security. So we've been queuing through security for roughly half an hour and by the looks of it, we've still got another half an hour to go. At this rate, we're going to miss our flight. Hola, señor, buenos días.
¿El computador?
Sí.
Tuvo el sonido.
So, as you may have just seen, Izzy has been stopped by security to go through literally everything she owns, including her shoes, and our gate closes in roughly 5 minutes. So I've run on ahead to go and try and tell them that she's stuck there, and hopefully they're going to hold the flight for us. Okay, so thankfully there's still a queue. Boarding is literally about to close. Come on, Izzy. Yeah, you okay?
Yeah, they went through everything in my bag.
Oh dear. Gracias.
That was way too stressful for this time in the morning, but we made it on the plane. Only 4.5 hours to go and we'll be in Cancun, Mexico.
And then 2 more flights to go.
Even though we're just transiting, we still need to complete immigration forms, and that is eating into our time. I thought 5 hours was enough of a layover, but we were late, and it looks like there are some big queues again. Oh, I don't like being stressed about missing flights.
Thank you. So we've just left Cancun Airport, and now we need to just go straight back into the airport to go our next flight. So things were going pretty swimmingly for most of today, but we've had our first pretty big hiccup. Izzy has unfortunately collapsed at the floor of the airport and we're currently waiting for a minute to arrive. They should have been here 10 minutes ago, no one seems to be turning up and Izzy's really not doing very well.
think I just went, didn't I?
So, after a couple of scary minutes, she's alive!
I'm too tall.
You are too tall. How are you feeling?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically what we've established happened was because we haven't had a chance to get anything to eat today, we've not really been drinking much water. Izzy's blood sugar and her blood pressure got pretty low. What they said. So yeah, her blood pressure dropped and unfortunately that resulted in her fainting. Thankfully we've got her checked out. As you saw, we went to the doctors. They've given her a clear to fly or whatever it's called. And we've been taken through security, through everything else, and we're at the gate. And I just said to Izzy, it's a really drastic way to skip the queue basically. But I'm just glad you're alright. When we started planning this travel day, I knew that by this stage we were both going to be really tired. I don't think I quite understood how exhausted I was going to be by this point.
I'm fine. I haven't slept. I don't feel tired. I think the floors are really shiny. Looks like they are. I can see my reflection in them.
You literally went, talk, shiny thing!
I'm just really hyped up on the sugar after fainting at the last airport. I don't want that to happen again, so on the flight I ate so much sugary stuff and had so much coffee. And I'm really wired. This is one flight that I am not worried about missing because we've got a 7-hour layover here, which means that we're too early to even check in our bags. So we're grabbing a coffee, which is very much needed, and we're going to sit here and relax and maybe do some work, but probably not.
And for the final time on this trip, we say goodbye to the bags.
Imagine if they got lost on our last flight.
Why would you say that?
Touch wood.
So 6 months, countless flights and more buses than I want to remember. We're back in England.
Oh, I don't want to go, let's stay here. Get back on the plane. I thought your mum was here.
I hope she's at the right terminal.
Thing is, because she's tiny, she's difficult to spot.
You know she's going to hear that you said that, right?
Yeah, tiny's not a bad thing. Oh, I see her. Sneak up behind her, she's right ahead. Sneak. Go around her this way. You didn't sneak very well. No chance, are you?
Hi, you okay?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah,
Good. Hi, nice to see you. Good to see you.
It's almost exactly a year since we set out on what was supposed to be 6 months of travel, and a year later we're finally home.
I have mixed feelings about this. Obviously it's lovely to see friends and family, and I got to go to my friend's wedding, which is great. But I kind of wish we were just here for a month and then setting off again. I had such an amazing time over the last year that I just don't want it to end.
What was your favourite thing that we did?
Ooh, it's so hard to pick just one because there are so many different experiences that we had.
I'm going to assume that you're not just going to pick one either, because you never do.
But they were also different from each other. I'll give you a top 3.
Okay.
Okay, so my top 3 were... Okay, climbing the volcano to watch another volcano erupt throughout the night in Guatemala.
Nice.
That was so cool. We saw lava. Staying on a tiny private island in Belize, and what's that? Probably Meteora in Greece.
Oh, what, the monasteries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was so, the landscape was so beautiful.
It was pretty cool.
What about you?
Annoyingly, the same 3.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I think I'd probably go, if I was going to do a top 3, the volcano, the island, and honestly Mexico City.
Yeah?
Yeah, you remember me saying how much I love Mexico City. It's one of the few places that we've gone to where I would feel very confident moving to and just living permanently.
Dale and I have never travelled together properly before this trip, and we've actually neither of us ever travelled long term by ourselves. So this year really tested us, both as travellers and as a couple.
We've had some stressful moments, to say the least, but for the most part I'd say that we always work through them together as a team.
That was hard.
So now that we know we both definitely want to travel full time.
Together as well. Travel isn't fun if you hate the person you're with. I don't hate you. I don't. Anyway, we wanted to briefly run our future plans by you for both travel and for this channel.
We're not going to be making any videos for a while, but this definitely isn't the end of the channel by any stretch of the imagination. We're just spending the next 6 months living and working in the UK to save up as much money as possible. Also to spend time prepping for our upcoming trip and to improve our cinematography skills.
I love planning trips. This trip is going to be a lot longer than a year. We have a plan for an epic travel documentary series that we'd love to make. But we're not sure yet. It honestly might be a bit too big for us to handle because I don't think anyone's ever done anything like this before.
That's why we're not announcing our plans just yet. We have to decide whether or not this is actually something that we can commit to doing. But when we do actually announce it, it will be on this channel, so keep an eye out for that in the next coming months.
I'll also be posting regularly on Instagram while we're home. It's all the stuff that you didn't see from our last trip because it didn't make it into the videos. This feels really weird. This is our last video.
It does feel quite strange. It's not going to be forever though. We definitely will be seeing you guys again soon. I also want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's made it to firstly the end of this video and then also to the end of 150 videos on this channel. It's quite weird to say that number out loud.
Yeah, that's so many videos.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not that long, but how many hours of footage do we have? You can't count. Why are you counting? You can't count them.
A lot. There are a lot of hours.
Anyway, thank you guys so much. Honestly, you lot are the reason why we've figured out what we want to do for the rest of our lives. So,
we'll see you in a few months.
fingerprints on my legs.
Go, go. Oh, no.
En este momento la señal del cinturón está en...
My coffee's cold.
My tea is lukewarm.
I told you. I said drink it now or it's gonna go cold. Did I not say that?
You may have said that.
I can't believe we've made 150 videos. That is so many.
It's a lot.
Should we stop?
No, why?
It's just a really big number.
Hang on. You think that's a huge number, but you want to create travel documentaries?
Yeah, let's not do that.